$1,247. That is what the pharmacist told Eleanor Reyes she owed before he would hand over her medications. Eleanor is 72 years old. She takes Entresto for her heart failure. She takes Eliquis to prevent blood clots. She takes Farxiga for her kidneys. Without those medications, she could be dead within weeks. For the past 2 months, Eleanor walked into that same pharmacy, handed over her Medicare card, and walked out paying nothing. $0. Her medications were covered. But last Tuesday, the pharmacist looked at his screen, looked at Eleanor and said, "Ma'am, your account shows an outstanding balance of $1,247. I cannot release these prescriptions until that balance is paid." Eleanor said, "That is impossible. I have the $2,000 cap. My drugs are supposed to be covered." The pharmacist said, "Your Medicare Part D coverage is still active, but you have been removed from the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan. You owe the accumulated cost of your medications from January and February plus today's prescriptions. The total is $1,247. Eleanor started crying in the pharmacy. She did not have $1,247. She had $340 in her checking account. Her Social Security check does not come for another week. She left the pharmacy without her heart medication. Eleanor called me that night in a panic. She said, "I do not understand what happened. I thought the new Medicare law meant my drugs were capped at $2,000 a year. I thought I could pay it monthly. What went wrong?" And I had to explain to her what nobody at Medicare, nobody at her insurance company, and nobody in the media ever explained clearly. The Medicare Prescription Payment Plan is not a cap. It is a credit plan. And if you do not pay your monthly bill, the credit gets revoked and the entire balance comes due immediately. Eleanor missed her January and February M3P payments. She did not mean to. She was confused about where to send the money. The bill came from her insurance company, not Medicare, and she was not sure if it was real or a scam. So she waited. She meant to figure it out. She kept meaning to call someone. And 2 months went by, and now Eleanor owes $1,247 that she does not have, and she cannot get her heart medication until she pays it. This is happening to thousands of people right now. March of 2026. The first wave of M3P grace periods are expiring. The first wave of disenrollments are hitting. The first wave of seniors are walking into pharmacies expecting to pay nothing and being told they owe over $1,000. I am going to tell you exactly how this happened. I am going to tell you what the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan actually is, because it is not what most people think. And I am going to tell you what to do right now, this week, if you are behind on your M3P payments, before you end up like Eleanor standing at a pharmacy counter with no medication and no way to pay. But first, you need to understand why this program is so confusing. Because the way the government and the media explained M3P made millions of people believe something that is not true. Here is what people were told in 2025 when M3P was announced. Starting in 2026, your out-of-pocket drug costs are capped at $2,000 a year, and you can spread that cost over 12 monthly payments instead of paying it all up front. That sounds amazing. That sounds like you can never owe more than about $167 a month for your prescription drugs. That sounds like the government is protecting you. But here is what they did not explain clearly. The $2,000 cap is real. That part is true. No matter how expensive your medications are, you will never pay more than $2,000 out of pocket in a calendar year. But the monthly payment plan is not automatic. You had to sign up for it during open enrollment. If you signed up, you enrolled in something called M3P, the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan. And here is the part nobody emphasized enough. M3P is not a payment cap. M3P is a credit line. When you sign up for M3P, you are essentially taking out a loan from your insurance company. The insurance company pays the pharmacy for your expensive medications up front. Then the insurance company bills you monthly for your share. It is not like a utility bill, where you can be a few months behind and just catch up later. It is not like rent, where you can negotiate with your landlord. It is a credit agreement. And like any credit agreement, if you do not make the payments, the credit gets revoked. Here is how it works mechanically. Let us say you take expensive medications that cost $1,800 out of pocket in January. Under the old system, you would have to pay that $1,800 at the pharmacy in January before you could get your medications. Under M3P, you sign up for the payment plan. The insurance company pays the pharmacy that $1,800 on your behalf. You walk out paying nothing at the pharmacy counter. Then the insurance company sends you a bill. Your $1,800 share gets spread across the remaining months of the year. In January, they might bill you $150. In February, another $150, and so on. As long as you pay those monthly bills, everything is fine. You get your medications. You pay a manageable monthly amount. The system works as advertised. But if you do not pay those monthly bills, the insurance company starts the clock on a grace period. The grace period is 60 days, 2 months. That is mandated by CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. If you missed your January payment, you are not immediately kicked out of M3P. You have until the end of March to catch up. 2 months grace period. But if March ends and you still have not paid January's bill, the insurance company can disenroll you from M3P. And here's what happens when you get disenrolled. You do not lose your Medicare Part D coverage. Your prescription drug insurance is still active. You can still fill prescriptions, but you lose the payment plan. The credit line is closed. And all the money the insurance company paid on your behalf, that balance comes due immediately. So, if the insurance company paid $1,800 in January and $600 in February to cover your medications, and you did not pay any of your M3P bills, you now owe $2,400. And you cannot get your next prescription filled until you pay that $2,400 or at least a significant portion of it. This is what I call the balloon bill. 2 months of feeling like your drugs are free, then suddenly a massive lump sum that you never expected. Eleanor's balloon bill was $1,247. I have talked to people whose balloon bills are over $2,000. One man I spoke with, his name is Gerald, his balloon bill was $3,100. $3,100 he has to pay before the pharmacy will give him his insulin. Now let me tell you about how this happened to Eleanor specifically, because her story shows you exactly how people fall into this trap without realizing it. Eleanor signed up for M3P during open enrollment in November 2025. Her insurance broker helped her. He told her it was a great program. He said, "You will not have to pay anything at the pharmacy. Your insurance company will bill you monthly, and you can pay over time." Eleanor understood that part. She knew she would get monthly bills. In January, Eleanor filled her prescriptions. 3 expensive medications. Total retail cost over $4,000. Her out-of-pocket share about $580. But because of M3P, she paid nothing at the pharmacy. A few weeks later, Eleanor got a bill in the mail. It was from Optum Rx, her Part D plan's pharmacy benefit manager. The bill said she owed $147 for her M3P payment. Eleanor looked at the bill and was not sure what to do. The bill did not look like a regular medical bill. It did not have the same format as her doctor's bills or her hospital bills. It had a different company name on it. She had never heard of Optum Rx. Eleanor thought it might be a scam. She had heard me say not to pay bills from companies you do not recognize. So, Eleanor set the bill aside. She meant to call her insurance company to verify it was real, but she got busy. Her husband was having health problems. Her daughter was visiting. Days turned into weeks. In February, Eleanor got another bill. This one said she now owed $294, the January bill plus the February bill. Eleanor saw the bill and felt guilty. She knew she should have called to verify the first one, but now she felt embarrassed. She thought maybe she had already messed something up. She kept meaning to deal with it. March arrived. Eleanor needed her medication refills. She went to the pharmacy like she always did. She handed over her card and the pharmacist told her she owed $1,247 before he could give her the medications. Eleanor's grace period had expired. She had been disenrolled from M3P. All the money the insurance company had paid on her behalf for January and February medications was now due immediately, plus whatever she owed for March. Eleanor was devastated. She had no idea this could happen. She thought she had time to figure it out. She did not realize the clock was running. Let me tell you what Eleanor's budget looks like so you understand why $1,247 is a crisis. Eleanor gets $1,890 a month from Social Security. That is her only income. Her husband passed away 3 years ago, and she did not qualify for his pension. Her rent is $975 a month. Utilities are about $140. Her Medicare Part B premium is $185. Her Medigap supplement is $210. That is $1,510 a month in fixed expenses. That leaves her $380 a month for food, gas, clothes, household items, and everything else. Eleanor does not have $1,247. She does not have half of $1,247. She has $340 in her checking account, and that money is already earmarked for groceries and gas to get through the rest of the month. So when the pharmacist told her she owed $1,247 before he could give her heart medication, Eleanor had no options. She could not pay it. She could not put it on a credit card because she does not have one. She could not borrow it from family because her daughter is struggling too. Eleanor went home without her Entresto, without her Eliquis, without her Farxiga. She rationed her remaining pills. She had about a week's worth left. She took them every other day to stretch them out. Do you know what happens when you suddenly stop taking Entresto for heart failure? Your heart starts to weaken again. Fluid builds up in your lungs. You get short of breath. You can barely walk across the room. Do you know what happens when you suddenly stop taking Eliquis? Your blood becomes more prone to clotting. You are at higher risk for stroke, for pulmonary embolism, for death. Eleanor was gambling with her life because she could not afford a $1,247 bill she never expected. This is what the balloon bill does. It does not just take money from people. It takes their health. It forces them to choose between paying rent and taking medications. It forces them to ration life-saving drugs like they are luxury items. Now here is the thing that makes me angry about Eleanor's situation. The insurance company sent her those bills, but did they call her? Did they send a certified letter explaining the consequences of not paying? Did anyone from OptumRx pick up the phone and say, "Mrs. Reyes, you are about to be disenrolled from the payment plan, and you will owe over $1,000 immediately"? No. They sent paper bills that looked like every other piece of junk mail seniors get. And when Eleanor did not pay, they just processed the disenrollment. The insurance company followed their rules. They sent the required notices. They gave the required grace period. But did they make any real effort to warn Eleanor what was about to happen? Did they treat her like a person whose health depends on these medications? Or did they just follow their process and let the hammer fall? I think you know the answer. No. Now, let me tell you about Raymond, because Raymond's story shows you what to do if you are in this situation right now. Raymond Washington is 69 years old. He lives in Atlanta. He takes Trelegy for his COPD and Januvia for his diabetes. His medications cost him about $400 a month out of pocket under the new cap. Raymond signed up for M3P. He understood he would get monthly bills. He set up automatic payments from his checking account so he would not have to think about it. But in January, Raymond's automatic payment failed. His bank account was temporarily overdrawn because of a timing issue with his Social Security deposit and his rent check. The M3P payment bounced. Raymond did not notice. The payment was supposed to be automatic. He assumed it went through. In February, Raymond got a bill showing he owed 2 months of payments. That is when he realized the January payment had bounced. Raymond could have ignored it like Eleanor did. He could have felt embarrassed and set it aside. He could have let the grace period expire. Instead, Raymond called the phone number on the back of his Medicare Part D insurance card. Not the number on the bill, the number on his actual insurance card. He said, "I just realized my January M3P payment did not go through. I want to catch up before I get kicked out of the program." The customer service representative said, "I can see that your January payment failed and your February payment is also outstanding. Your grace period ends at the end of March. If both payments are not received by March 31st, you will be disenrolled from M3P. Raymond said, "Okay, I want to pay right now." Can I pay over the phone? The representative said, yes. Raymond paid both months right there on the call. Total $326. He paid it with his debit card. The representative confirmed that his M3P enrollment was now current. She set up a new automatic payment with updated banking information. Raymond went to the pharmacy a few days later. His medications were covered normally. He owed nothing at the counter. The system worked. The only difference between Raymond and Eleanor was that Raymond called immediately when he saw the problem. Eleanor waited. That call took Raymond 12 minutes. 12 minutes saved him from a $1,200 balloon bill. Now, here is what I need you to do if you are enrolled in M3P and you are not sure if your payments are current. Step 1. Find your M3P bills. Your bills come from your Part D plan's pharmacy benefit manager, not from Medicare. The company name might be Optum Rx, CVS Caremark, Express Scripts, or another pharmacy benefit company. Look through your mail from January, February, and March. If you cannot find the bills, that is a problem, but it does not mean you do not owe money. Step 2. Call your Part D plan. Use the phone number on the back of your Medicare Part D insurance card. Not a number from a bill, not a number from Google, the number on your physical card. When you call, say, I am enrolled in the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan. I want to verify that my payments are current and my account is in good standing. The representative will look up your account and tell you how much you have been billed, how much you have paid, whether your grace period has started, and when your grace period expires. If you are behind, write down everything they tell you. Step 3. Pay what you owe. If you are behind, pay immediately over the phone. Do not wait. Do not put it off. Do not assume you will do it tomorrow. Every day you wait is a day closer to disenrollment and the balloon bill. If you cannot afford to pay the full amount, ask about payment arrangements. Say, I cannot pay the full amount right now. Can we set up a payment arrangement to keep me enrolled in M3P? Some insurance companies will work with you. Some will not. But you have to ask. Step 4. If you have already been disenrolled, ask about good cause reinstatement. If you are already disenrolled from M3P, you might be able to get reinstated if you can show good cause for why you did not pay. Good cause might include you were hospitalized and could not pay your bills, you never received the bills due to a mailing error, you had a death in the family, or you were dealing with a natural disaster. Call your insurance company and say, I was disenrolled from M3P. I want to request a good cause reinstatement. I had circumstances that prevented me from paying on time. They might say no, but they might say yes. And if they say yes, you avoid the balloon bill. Step 5. If all else fails, negotiate the balloon bill. If you are disenrolled and you cannot get reinstated, you still owe the balloon bill, but you might be able to negotiate payment terms. Call your insurance company and say, I owe a balance from M3P. I cannot pay it all at once. Can we set up a payment plan for this balance? Many insurance companies will let you pay the balloon bill over time. You might still have to pay something up front before they will fill your prescriptions, but you might be able to reduce the immediate burden. Now, let me tell you about the worst consequence of all this, because the balloon bill is not the end of the punishment. If you get disenrolled from M3P and you do not pay off the balloon bill by the end of the year, your insurance company can ban you from enrolling in M3P next year. Let me say that again. If you default on M3P in 2026, your insurance company can refuse to let you use the payment plan in 2027. That means next year when you need expensive medications, you will have to pay the full out-of-pocket cost up front. No spreading it over 12 months. No $0 pharmacy visits. You will owe everything immediately. The ban can last for years. Some insurance company policies say you cannot use M3P until you have paid off all outstanding balances from previous years. So the balloon bill does not just hurt you this year. It can lock you out of the payment plan for years to come. This is what happened to a woman named Patricia Collins from Phoenix. She defaulted on M3P in 2026. She still owed $800 at the end of the year. When she tried to enroll in M3P for 2027 during open enrollment, her insurance company said no. She was banned. Patricia now has to pay her entire annual drug costs up front in 2027. She cannot afford that. She is rationing her medications, only taking them every other day to stretch them out. Patricia is 74 years old. She has diabetes and heart disease. Rationing her medications could kill her. And all of this because she did not pay an $800 bill in 2026. This is the dark side of the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan that nobody talks about. The government celebrated the $2,000 cap. They celebrated the monthly payment option. They made it sound like a gift, but it is not a gift. It is a credit system run by private insurance companies, and if you do not follow their rules exactly, they will punish you. Now I need you to do something right now, not tomorrow, not this weekend, right now. Call your insurance company, verify your status. If you are behind, pay what you owe. And here is what else I need you to do. Call your parents, call your siblings, call your elderly neighbors. Anyone you know who is on Medicare and takes expensive medications. Ask them, are you enrolled in the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan? Are you up to date on your bills? If they do not know, help them find out. Sit with them while they call their insurance company. Help them pay if they are behind because nobody is going to save these people. Medicare is not calling them. The insurance companies are not calling them. They are just processing disenrollments and generating balloon bills and waiting for the phone calls from desperate seniors standing at pharmacy counters. We have to look out for each other. Eleanor is fine now. I helped her contact her insurance company and request a good cause reinstatement. She had never received the January bill because of a mailing address issue when she moved last year. The insurance company reinstated her and set up a payment plan for the balance. But Eleanor was lucky. She found help in time. A lot of people will not. The balloon bills are coming. March is when the first wave hits. April will be worse. May will be worse than that. The only protection is knowledge. Now you have it. Eleanor did not know what M3P actually was until she was standing at a pharmacy counter without her heart medication. Now you know. Do not be Eleanor. Call your insurance company today.
Yeah, grind mode on, can't kill my drive. Turn the pressure up, I come alive. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. Wake up with a vision, I'm locked on the target. Turn pain into fuel, I'm a flame, I spark it. No shortcuts here, I embrace every test. Pressure on my shoulders, still I handle it best. I was made for the climb, every loss, every scar. Built me in the steel, now I shine like a star. If the road gets rough, I just double my speed. Ambition on 10, I was born to lead. Grind mode on, I don't fold, I don't quit. Hunger in my chest, every beat I commit. Eyes on the prize, no sleep till it's won. World in my hands when the grind mode's on. They said limits exist, but I shattered the frame. Every wall in my path is just fuel for the frame. Discipline heavy, but my spirit is free. I don't chase success, success chases me. I'm the storm and the calm, I'm the rise, I'm the proof. Every bar that I drop is the grind in the booth. Blood, sweat, tears, that's the code I trust. I don't wait for the crown, I earn it, I must.